Night Attack is brought to you by all of our lovely patrons over at patreon.com/Night Attack. Subscribe today and get the pre-show and after-show early in your own RSS feed. Also, thank you to Doghouse Systems for powering the show with their great computers. You can get one of them. 2, get yourself a free SSD when you get a Doghouse computer. DoghouseSystems.com/rogue. Use promo code ROGUE at checkout. That's ROGUE. Our friend ICU put together this previously on video for Night Attack, episode 347.
That sounds like a Shaggy lyric.
Going down.
What a helicopter.
Would you rather eat alive a spider? I can kill a person to do it. Or go down and eat a helicopter. W-I-R, but what you gonna choose?
Ryan Brushwood. I'm a buzzing all around the hive now. Eating human teeth. Taking chocolate milk baths all the time. Oh, hello, you beautiful bastards, you demon hordes of the internet. It is go time for Night Attack. I'm Brian Brushwood, live in Austin, Texas, joined as always by my BFF and OAK. It's JRY, Justin Robert Young. What's up, Justin Robert
Oh
Young?
my God. Dude, I'm so pumped, man. It's a good time. We have a good guest. Bryce is here. There's gonna be no more Shaggy impressions. But here's what we do have. Awesome comedian, star of television, and really I think groundbreaking in terms of doing some great stuff in terms of live entertainment online. Ladies and gentlemen of Night Attack, it is Christopher Titus. Welcome to the show, sir.
Huzzah!
Hey, what's up, man? It's good to be here. Thank you guys for having me. It's groundbreaking. Yeah, groundbreaking. I'm looking into these things called cameras and talking.
Well, I mean,
So yeah, pushing the envelope, fuckers. You know me.
I'll tell you this much. I know that longtime fan of and friend to both of us, Merrill Barr, reached out and he was just like, "Have you seen what Christopher Titus is doing?" And I was like, "Not. Should I have?" And so he sent me a link, and I guess on your first big show that you did, it looked to these eyes like you sold tickets and had 5,000 live simultaneous viewers on a live stream on YouTube. Did my eyes deceive me? Because those are live numbers are hard to do like that. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I love stand-up so much. Like years ago, people always go, "Oh, you want to get on the TV show?" Not really. If that happens, great. But I'm a stand-up. I love doing stand-up. And I decided I was never going to be actor meat. I never want to be one of those dudes that was praying to God that I get some sort of like Folgers commercial or something.
Sure.
To make it through the day. So I became a good stand-up, and all the other stuff happened after it. And when COVID hit, all I was seeing was these guys and comedians I respect yelling from their kitchens into a laptop, and I thought, this is not how comedy's supposed to be. So I've had a soundstage. I've had a soundstage for about 5 years, and 24-foot ceilings, built to Universal Sounds. They actually filmed. Remember The Grinch That Stole Christmas?
Sure.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey's The Grinch's lair was built in here. They filmed it in here.
So now we all have lair envy. We thought you start off complimenting our layers,
my God,
and all of a sudden you bring in, you can big time us with the Grinch.
Well, it's funny. You can still see where all the stalactites or mites. What is on the floor? One, the stalagmite or tight?
One might hit the ceiling. The other
might goes
hold
up
tight.
and
Tight.
fall.
Hold tight to the ceiling.
Okay, all right. That's this information they taught us in school, and we've used it every day, which I'm really glad. So
Exactly.
So the algebra of geology. What did you fucking learn? I started filming. We had the setup, and I thought, well, I'll get some cameras, and we'll do a 3-camera shoot and comment. We bring an audience in. We actually fumigate the place with a thing called Enviro Shield. It kills 99.9% of all viruses, including herpes. So a lot of performers have gotten better after they left.
I like to believe like suddenly you got a bunch of people declining to show up because they're like, I'm sorry, man. There's like a force field. I can't get in.
Yeah. You're killing my bit.
So we actually put 3 cameras up, built a set. I went and got lights, and that's Ron. Ron Punch is doing another Christmas show. By the way, that set, every show, I'm actually struggling 4 hours before showtime trying to throw something together to make it look like it's just not a warehouse. But we have a new backdrop coming, and we did Everlast, did music. Oh man, Fortune Feimster was amazing. and her show, but we have the lighting, and I want you guys to tune in for a comedy show, man. It's only $10, and it sucks to be in this. Like, I can't wait to get on the road. I don't want to book comedians, just so you know. I don't want to fucking do this. I
thank
hate
goodness, because we're not funny.
But I love doing it. So I'm going to redo Carrying Monsters is my new show. We're doing that on November 14th. This weekend we're doing a show with Greg Barrett and Jackie Cation. It was really funny, and then we're doing a dual show with my wife, who's also a comedian, and on I don't know, December 12th, and that's going to be a dual show, and it's really fun. Fortune Feimster was nuts, man. She did it like a variety show. It's pretty crazy. So if you want to see real comedy, looks like a comedy show.
How many folks are you able to have live in studio? Because as somebody who tours, you know the importance of that social proof, of hearing the laughter, of hearing the live aspect of everything. I mean, in a world where we were talking about how they're trying to bring that to football by having little television screens with faces on them for people to high five after they score a touchdown. Like how do you bring that live event energy to it?
So after we actually do the Vibro Shield, we have everybody come in. Everyone's temperature checked at the door. We have anywhere from 10 to 25 people. They're all socially distanced. That's how big the room is. And then we actually have mics on the tables. And so we mix that through another board.
That's great.
So when it goes out live, you're actually not seeing some dude just talk. And we learned that because the first time show we did, I did, and we didn't do that. And it sounds like it's horrible. I actually,
like you're just dying.
It just sounds lonely.
It just sounds like you're tanking it. So now we started micing the audience, and so what ends up happening is you look like you're watching a comedy special. It's really cool. With the 3 cameras, we have a switcher. We have a real life switcher, and I just want it's not fair to the comics to have to do a shit show, and it's not fair for the audience to have to watch one. So we've kind of covered both ends of it.
So let me ask you this, Titus. When did you decide that this was a thing that was definitely going to happen, and are you doing them all paid, or are you doing some free, or just like to prove the concept? Like how do you think of this like combustion experiment?
It's $10, man. If you can't, I mean, see, that's open mic.
So you are a club. You are a club. And
no,
it's
God,
$10
I don't want
to get in.
Yeah, $10 to get in, and you get to actually sit in your own house. You're not paying $19 for a drink, and you don't have to wear pants.
This does sound like the kind of thing you would explain to the kind of officer, like, no, we're not a titty bar. We're just a place that you have to pay a cover charge, and you can get drinks, and maybe somebody
I
sits on
swear
your
to God,
lap.
they're all my sister, and it's our religion.
I like that you took it down. You're like, so basically, you're just like a funny bone in a mall.
No,
that's what I'm doing. Shut up.
Let me just say, because on the internet, and this is something that we are kind of very, very well aware of, everything has an expectation of being free, right? And that is both the greatest gift that the internet can give you and the greatest curse. Because number one, you just have a massive audience that is always, they can roll over at any moment and find you, and you have great discoverability. And when you don't have a profile, that's fantastic. But at the same time, once you've passed that threshold of we're always free, you're always expecting everything to be free. Holy shit, is it hard to pry any kind of money unless you create a big reason for it. And so I just wanted to draw that line because I really respect what you're doing there and just saying like, no, look, the internet's free. Go find a bunch of stuff. I'm sure all these comedians and comedy acts have clips on YouTube that you can watch them do it. But if you want to watch this show on this day at this time, it's $10, which ain't exactly breaking the fucking bank.
Right, but it's also like the production values there. I think people will pay for something that's good, and so it's hard to book comics sometimes because you want to make sure that they can sell enough tickets. But we invested in the lighting and it's almost like there's no comedy specials getting filmed right now, so we tried to do it. And the weird thing I've learned about it is you got to keep it loose. You couldn't just get up there. We had one guy get up and lock his act down and do it. And it was like, no. You have to pay. We're in a weird situation. You have to acknowledge the weird situation. Acknowledge. And so, free, man, at one point as an artist, I work really hard. You guys work really hard. My podcast is free. But my jokes, they cost money, motherfuckers. They cost
Yeah,
money.
you want the A game, you want the polished material, you're gonna pay
Yeah,
like
exactly.
not even full polished price. It's like you know what? You get unlimited free drinks. They're in your fridge already. Just give me $10 fucking dollars, all right?
Exactly. You don't have to pay for parking. You didn't have to pay for the ticket to get it. Just $10 and you're good. And also, here's how weird I am about writing jokes. I wrote because I'm going to do new material. I'm hosting the show with Jackie Cation and Greg Barrett. He wrote "She's Not That Into You" and was a writer in the movie and stuff. And he's honestly one of the funniest people I know. And Jackie Cation is just blows the roof off every show she's on. She tours with Maria Bamford a lot. And so I'm just going to host it. But I can't just host it with my old shit. So I had to write all this Halloween material. And I was tweeting one of them out to sell the show. And I really had this weird, almost a tumor building moment where I'm giving out a killer joke for free. And so I have to get over that. I gave out one for free.
Well, and just know that it almost killed him, which I guess is spooky like Halloween. So
Let me get over
it was sort of on theme.
Here's the joke. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get it out without just totally tanking it. By the way, people listening and watching, this is a joke that I wrote for the show. Let's see how it goes. I suck at carving pumpkins. When I get done carving my pumpkin, it looks like it's got caught for stealing money from a drug cartel.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's
That's a good joke.
Nailed it.
That's a good
Thank you.
joke.
So the man, I feel like I've waited 20 plus years to share this near brush that you and I had. I don't know that I've ever had the chance to tell you this directly, but for 20 years I toured with a live stage magic show. Think low budget Penn and Teller, blood and guts, nails and eyes and stuff, and. My very first national TV appearance I ever did was on the Roseanne show, which I have to explain to people.
Wow.
She had a TV show for about 20 minutes, and in my local market, it came on after the latest infomercial, but before the NBC affiliate just gave up and then just started running local Doppler radar, and so it was in those last few days. They booked me knowing that Roseanne was a huge germaphobe, and so I did the nail in the eye trick. But you were in the guest room next to me, and I was just like, oh my God, Christopher Titus, I'm very, very close. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can see very briefly this footage. There it is. That's
oh wow.
That was our near miss back in the day in
Holy crap,
May of
man.
1999.
God, the show wasn't even on yet, man.
I think it was just starting. I feel because I
We were
recognized your
filming,
name.
We were filming, but we hadn't aired it. Actually,
Oh, it must have been May of 2000. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Oh, so it was on. It was on. May,
Yeah.
March, April, May. Yeah, we were brand new. Oh, those were good times before I smarted off to the network president. Yeah.
Oh, is that
times.
sounds like a tale story?
Yeah. That's why the show got canceled 3 years later.
Wow. So, on to other subjects. Hey, Justin, I voted.
Brian, I know. Titus, here's the deal with my friend Brian. He is phobic of not many things, but the one thing that he is definitely allergic to are lines. This motherfucker, like he is just anything that he can avoid a line at, like he will do. He doesn't like waiting anywhere. He will try to scam his way to the front of the line. Whatever it is, he will.
There are a lot of places
to
you
it.
could get a lot of flexibility. It turns out, federal voting is not one of those things.
So just to set it up, how many times did you go by a voting location and then turn back because there was a line?
It was 2 trips. There were only 2 locations that I could do, and twice I left. You're like, let me go check out the lines and see the voting. And I did a drive-by, and I was like, see it wrap around the building, like, hell's no. And then let me go to the other place. Nope. And then on home, tried that again a second day. I end up doing enough research that I find out that statistically, early voting is never less busy than on a Sunday. Turns out Sundays are a great day to do early voting because it's always less than half of the number of people on a Monday. I'm like, haha, I got you motherfuckers. So at noon, I hop in the car and head on out, and I pull up to the place, and I swear I start taking pictures because there are no cars in the parking lot. And I take pictures of the outside of the building, texting them to Bonnie. There ain't nobody in there. I walk right up to the door and tug on it, and it's locked because they're closed. And I think, maybe that's just this location. So I go to the other location. and it's also closed. But then I see a guy walking around in the parking lot holding a voting machine, and I say, excuse me, are they doing early voting? And they're like, yes. You'll have to wait 45 minutes until we open. So
Son
even
of a
though,
bitch.
so
You
though-
still waited 45 minutes, but you had the sick satisfaction
Yes.
of not having a person in front of you, and that made it better. The
Yes.
same time was wasted.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
and you didn't
I'm
fuck
just-
off.
Yeah, I'm just stunned at the research. Like, just think of the hours you put into research to figure out which day. Then you showed up 2 or 3 different times after already going and add all that time up. Jesus Christ, dude.
I am not the hero of this story. I will make that abundantly clear. I'm the
You could have gotten
asshole.
the DMV with a drunk driving ticket and spent less time.
I did fuck off for 30 minutes to the closest bar and play a game of Hearthstone and then come back though. So, but I did my civic duty and it felt good. Hey, speaking of doing your civic duty, Justin, what is the way that all of our fine listeners can support this show?
Well, look, friends, as we mentioned before, there is no expectation of payment on this show because we are of far less quality than a Christopher Titus produced stand-up program. But if you do, out of the goodness of your heart, want to give us cash and you want to prove that indeed free content can be rewarded, well then, friends, head on over to patreon.com/Night Attack. That's where you can get your custom RSS feed. You can be a part of the group that's keeping this show alive. You can reward us for the fact that we are doing these happy hour shows 4 days a week to supplement it all throughout this pandemic. Patreon.com/Night Attack. Get the pre-show and the post-show before anybody else.
And of course, if you are a new pledger or if you up your pledge, then you have a chance to randomly be picked out for a little thing we like to call...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Night Attack new Patreon name chant corner hour.
It's an hour of
All right, now, Christopher, this is normally the portion of the show where our hope is we never know if somebody is like on a bike out tending to the kids while they're listening to the show, but we always think it's great to know that somewhere out there, one person is going to get freaked out when we just start saying their name. And normally it's in order to be in on it, you have to either be a new pledger or up your pledge. In this case, we have somebody who reduced their pledge by 2/3. So I want to freak out this person. I'll go first. Justin, you go first.
All right.
And Christopher,
Yep,
if the spirit moves you, you can also chant his name. But I want to say, up yours, Dick Rand Von Hunting Taint.
Dick Van Ron Huntington!
Dick Ran Von Huntington!
Dick Van Von Huntington!
It's not going to get better than that. everybody.
Dick Van Ron
Hunting.
I'm just afraid everybody's going to reduce their pledge by 2/3 now, thinking that's the way to get in.
Why are you validating this?
Because it gave me an
very
excuse to
bad.
say Dick Rand Von Huntington for a name.
It's a fair point.
No,
It's a
fuck
fair
this.
point.
Fuck this guy. You lowered your money? Fuck you, bro.
There we go.
Now we all know
There we
who
go.
did it.
And of course,
Van Ron Hunting.
because we're live on Twitch for exactly 1 minute, we play the game that everybody plays on Twitch, only we refuse to say thank you to everyone, but instead tell a totally 1 minute true story that happens to involve the names of everybody who donates right now. So I was making a bad weave the other day, Justin.
Well, look, man, your sooth, which is Egyptian for truth, is your own.
Ah, you said it. That makes you a soothsayer, much like your man Jeff One.
Well, that's one, of course, is a family name, and one we want to keep. There. Look, I might be a blue-eyed ginger southpaw, but Brian, I'm sick of you talking this wild shit about Sir Palmer Courtney.
Oh my God! Look, as you know, he's going to be the last Beatle standing. Just ask this BioCow that can talk. Hey, BioCow, who's going to be the last Beatle alive? That's not grim.
Yeah. Well, anyway, my real name is Kuhan Luke, and
There
I
you go.
approve
Nailed
this
it.
message.
This is golden improv. Hey, Bryce, you got a game for us?
I do. I want to give thank yous to Dr. Onkel Mao, who wrote this game for us. Thank you so much, Dr. Mao. Have you guys heard of the Ig Nobel Prize?
Yeah, this is like it's kind of a reverse Nobel. In order to qualify, you have to have a scientific paper that is published in a scientific journal, and they just want to kind of shine a spotlight and gently mock people. I remember a friend of mine who was a sword swallower was co-author of a paper with a PhD that was trying to figure out long-term physiological damage of sword swallowers, and they got an Ig Nobel award, which I think they just wanted somebody to come swallow a sword at the Ig Nobels.
So this is like the Razzies of the Nobel Prize.
Yes,
Exactly.
There we go.
So I like it. I like
There
it.
we go.
So-
This is why he's got a better layer. This is why he's got a better show.
Although I do love
No,
to
I
imagine
need
that
to dumb
somebody.
it down.
I love the idea someone's at the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony and everyone's wearing kilts or whatever the fuck they wear, and somebody's just like, someone needs to Razzies this bitch. Like, and there we go. We're here with the Ig Nobels.
That's great. There's a bunch of Nobel Prize winners sitting around in a bar talking shit about. Did you read that guy's paper with the sword swallowing bullshit? he thought he's playing our game. This douchebag. Hey, why don't you work on farts too? Does farts aerosolize COVID? Let's work on that one too. You prick.
Well, don't get ahead of me. Don't get ahead of me in the game.
Everyone's laughing so hard they're banging their Nobel Prizes on the bar top.
So yes, these are awards given out by the satirical journal Annals of Improbable Research. Every year since 1991, the Ig Nobel Prizes are given in recognition of real scientific achievements that, quote, first make people laugh, then make people think. I'm going to give you the year, the category, and a description of the research that was awarded an Ig Nobel Prize, and you're going to have to tell me if it was real or fake, if this is just made up. These are taken from improbable.com, where they list all of this stuff. Note that the styles of descriptions have changed over the years. So we'll do kind of a warm-up round. How about that? And
Sure, let's go.
We'll ask all of you in order. Brian, we'll start with you. You'll be the first one to answer here. This is the 2000 Ig Nobel Prize in Psychology. This was awarded to David Dunning and Dunning-Kruger for their modest report, Unskilled and Unaware of It, How Difficulties in Recognizing One's Own Incompetence Lead to Inflated Self-Assessments. This was published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, December 1999. Do you believe this is real or fake?
Not only is this real, but like I first heard of it a couple of years ago, and it's like a thing everybody brings up. It's when you're too dumb to know you're dumb, and it's called the Dunning-Kruger Effect, named after him. So it's totally real, I say.
Okay, Brian.
Yes, I agree. It's a Dunning-Kruger effect. It is when stupid people don't understand they are stupid.
It's when they're too stupid to answer me the questions. I turn the screw tighter. Titus.
That's right. I've tortured people that were just dumb, not realizing they weren't trying to hide anything.
And Justin, well, this is warm-up round. It doesn't really matter. But,
I think I've actually heard of the Dunning-Kruger Effect. Too.
right. And of course,
That shit's real.
and Chris, I'm sure you're going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's true. That's correct. The Dunning-Kruger effect, of course, well known. So that's how the game is
thing
played.
is on Twitter. On Twitter, when someone is so stupid they don't know they're stupid, and you bring it up, they're so stupid they have no concept what you're saying when you call them that they're going through the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's a vicious circle of moronic bullshit. And so, yeah, the warm-up round is really bothering me, honestly.
There we go.
He's already tougher ones. All right, here's question one. This is the 1998 prize in chemistry. It went to Ramesh Patel et al. For determining the chemical composition of the air inside of a submarine during extended periods of submersion and how air quality varied depending on what food was served. The report, an analysis of the constituents of air on board a submersible, correlating factors and trends over time, was published in the International Journal of Mass Spectrometry, November 1995. Justin, we'll start with you first. Do you believe this is real or fake?
All right, so this is farts, right? They're farting in a box, and they're trying to figure out whether or not it's affecting the sailor or submariners.
I like subsailors. They're subsailors.
Subsailors.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm gonna go real. I have no sense. I don't know why I'm trying to deliberate on this as if I have any kind of sense of this sort of research, but yeah, no, I'm gonna go real, and we'll see from there. Like a submarine, this is my sonar. We'll see if it pings back.
Chris, what do you think? Real or fake?
It sounds like one of those things that ends up years later in a report that the Department of Defense spent all this money on to study farts in a submarine. I think it's totally legit. I think it's totally legit. And I bet it changed the menu on the submarines for many years.
I do. I love that. That's like an attack ad. Like Senators Wilson spent $4 billion studying farts on a submarine.
Wow. What?
Your tax dollars at work.
I want to believe it's
All
real.
while a soldier died every 5 seconds.
I want to
Farts
believe it's
over soldiers? For shame, Senator Wilson.
I
Is
just want to
this who
believe
you want for governor?
All right, Brian.
I want to believe it's real, if for no other reason than to expect that somewhere somebody said that mass spectronomy is my ass speciology.
Wow.
It does sound like the third act of Armageddon, where it's don't you realize what's in those submarines? This paper.
Fart air.
Yes,
Fart
exactly.
Yeah.
Look at this.
It's also
I
one of
grabbed
those-
the manifests, and they've been eating nothing but this brand of beans. There's too much lysine.
It's a great movie. Where they're like, we got to get down there. The submarine's been down there. Do you know what that air is like down there? Last night was Taco Tuesday. We got to get these guys out.
Why, this sub's 100 years old. How are these bodies perfectly preserved?
Damn it. They had cabbage yesterday. We got to save them.
All right, you've all said real. This paper is
No!
fake.
Oh, man.
Fake.
Already bringing the heat, motherfucker. All right.
I think it
see.
needs to be. I think it needs to be real. It needs to
play
be
him-
real.
By the way,
Playing
if
prison rules.
any of these that are fake just have yet to become published studies.
Exactly.
The scientific community of Brushwood, Titus, and Young is going to be on it.
All right, let's do round 2. Chris, you'll be the first one to answer on this one. This is
Okay.
the prize in medicine for 1994. It was awarded in 2 parts. First, to patient X, formerly of the U.S. Marine Corps, a valiant victim of a venomous bite from his pet rattlesnake, for his determined use of electroshock therapy. At his own insistence, automobile spark plug wires were attached to his lip, and a car engine was revved to 3,000 RPM for 5 minutes. Second, to Dr. Richard C. Dart of the Rocky Mountain Poison Center and Dr. Richard A. Gustafson of the University of Arizona Health Sciences Center for their well-grounded medical report, Failure of Electroshock Treatment for Rattlesnake Envenomation, published in Annals of Emergency Medicine, June 1991. Chris, what do you think?
I think I've actually done comedy in the town where that actually was. Pretty sure. It does sound like a Friday second show thing you see in the parking lot after the Funny Bone. Man, it sounds so outrageous. It has to be real. He revved it he would kill him. It would set his face on fire. I'm gonna say that it's not real. I'm gonna say it's
fake.
not real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian?
It is really out there and really specific, but in general, like, I almost certainly somebody's gotten ignoble for writing a paper about why somebody did something dumb and it didn't work. But it doesn't seem like there's much to prove. I'm with Chris on this one. I'm gonna say not real.
I say not real. Justin, Robert Young, take us home.
I'm gonna write myself a paper on game theory and say that it's real as fucking rain, baby. Yeah, I don't know, man. People write papers all the goddamn time. Like, you think they're all about AIDS or something? No. Sometimes they're gonna write a dumb
Not
one.
all papers are about AIDS.
You heard it here
Yeah,
first,
Let's
folks.
dispel this myth. Come on.
Exactly.
So you're saying that not all scientists worry about curing cancer. A lot of them are like, what if we hooked a fucking spark plug to your face and then rev the car for 5
yeah.
minutes after you got bit by your pet rattlesnake? And he's not a pet. You just basically have a killer that you live with. It's not a pet.
Well, and what I would love to believe that these two are roommates, and one of them is like getting his PhD, and then his roommate though is the fuck up who's drunk, and then he's just like he sees it, he's like, hold on, let me get my pen and my clipboard. I smell an ignoble.
All right.
It's the day before the final. He's like, it's a Sunday night.
Yeah.
He's like
and it's
stupid.
I
I
got
need
an
an idea.
My rattlesnake bit me. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah. And he's there twitching on the front lawn with his boxers ripped, and he's just like, don't say I never did anything for you, Jordan.
What I like is the Marine is the one who said, please zap me. He's the one.
Wow.
That actually is the only thing that tracks without question. Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
exactly,
doubt.
exactly.
Like,
Valid.
There's no doubt
So
that
valid.
that dude is like, fucking give it to me.
All right. Brian and Chris, you said fake. This one is
You're fired. Get outta here.
Real.
Oh,
That was very real.
Wow.
I have no faith in the scientific community anymore.
Here we go.
Jesus will save us. Jesus.
Not all about AIDS.
what
Not
journal was
all
this
about
published in?
AIDS, gentlemen.
The Annals of Emergency Medicine from 1991.
And so,
Oh no, it's about emergency medicine. Well, you know that journal is lit, dude.
Imagine if it worked,
like,
though.
there's all
Imagine
sorts of
if it
shit.
worked, though.
You realize that this is like the journal equivalent of the News at 11 saying like electroshock therapy. Your patients might be using it. Film at 11.
No. This is like this was the cover story for July, and then August. It's what happens when a katana goes up your dick hole? Like they're finding shit out that crazy things happen, and they're discovering the medical facts about it.
This is
I'm
scientific
getting-
process, man. Yeah.
I'm getting a subscription.
All right.
Is hooking your face to a Nova medicine, though? Emergency medicine? I don't know.
Crested 3, Brian, we're going to start with you here on this one. The 2006 prize in physics was given to Basile Audeley and Sebastian Newkirk for their insights into why dry spaghetti often breaks into more than two pieces when you bend it. This was published as Fragmentation of Rods by Cascading Cracks, why spaghetti does not break in half in Physical Review Letters, August 26, 2005.
God,
Brian, is this real or fake?
This sounds so real. Like that's too clever an observation I have to come up with because I know that like mathematicians write entire theses about why a fly fishing backlash doesn't have to be cut. You can untie it. This sounds totally real, 100%.
All right, he says real. Justin, we're going to go to you.
GT.
This sounds stupid as hell. Like this sounds dumb. Like this isn't a science paper. Like how spaghetti cracks.
It's like, sir, would you please stop buying tickets to the Ig Nobel Awards just to heckle people?
Yeah,
we know they're dumb
This is
papers.
dumb.
That's our whole shtick. We're the Razzies of science.
Whoa! I'm booing the professional booers. Who boos the booers? Yeah, I'm gonna say this is fake. This is something that one of you scamps came up with.
All right, he says fake. Chris, what do you think?
Man, I don't know. If it's real, that just means that there's a reason there's only one Dr. Fauci because all these fuckers are writing shit like this.
Everybody else is trying to win their
Yeah,
Razzie.
you know what it sounds like? It sounds like one of those things that like some guy who studied architecture or stresses on buildings or metal would see if there's possibly some structure in spaghetti we could use for building. It's I'm gonna be wrong again, but I'm gonna say some dumb shit got a grade for this, and I think that it's real.
You're gonna say real?
I would love if this is what Fauci was doing before he got to the National Health Institute. He's like,
Fauci comes
the
out and
science,
goes,
the
"Listen."
science says that when you break the spaghetti, it is in more than two pieces at a 90% efficacy rate.
People don't realize
By the
Fauci's
way,
an Italian
first-
name.
First I did AIDS, then I did spaghetti. Now I'm doing COVID.
Everybody was doing AIDS. Nobody's doing the spaghetti.
Yeah, sure. Nobody. Everybody was on AIDS and cancer.
That's me, Fauci, the king of spaghetti.
All right, Brian and Christopher said real. This paper is
That's right.
real.
Oh, damn.
This is a
Fuck you,
tied
Fauci.
game.
By the
Fuck
way, I don't
you.
feel better. I feel worse. I feel worse that it's real. I wish it was fake. Oh, God.
All right, let's do number 4 here. This was the 2013 prize in linguistics given to Hans Clausen for his practical investigation on the feasibility of ordering food in Paris, France, using only the Danish language. Research was published as Lingual Isolation in Practice, Speak or Starve, in the European Journal of Linguistics, July 2012. I believe we're going to start with Justin. Is this real or fake?
That washed like right over
Okay,
me.
so,
Say that again.
so as I understand it, the study was, can I go to Paris and only speak Danish,
Correct.
refuse to speak French or English? Do I starve to death or will somebody feed me?
Or will
Like,
it make-
can I point and grunt in Danish like a caveman at
Yeah.
which of the hamburgers I want and make my way in society?
Is this just a study to find out that the French are dicks?
Right.
exactly.
The French would love it if you starved.
Like, yeah.
They're like,
Like,
I know
they're
you're
just-
speaking
they're just-
Danish, but no.
You can actually speak French in France and fucking not get served.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just you try to walk through gay Paris and you're tripping over corpses of starved out tourists who couldn't speak the language.
It's like the killing fields of the Arc de Triomphe.
Exactly. It's like only in the city of lights where your lights in your eyes go out from lack of attention if you can't speak the language.
Real or fake, J-Man?
Yeah, I think that this is fake. Fake.
He says fake. Christopher, what do you think?
I think you're making me hate science with all of these. Honestly, I'm starting to realize why people just avoid science in our country. I think that again, I go. What he was saying is that like we went there. My wife and I went to France, and we had 12 hours off on the way to South Africa. And honestly, you could. I guess in France it would be a specific French study because that we spoke English at all, and we're obviously Americans. They fucking hated us. Like it was, we went to a restaurant and they fucking, and so if you're, and Danish people are just, they're kind of the alternative pricks. They're much calmer about it than the French are, not in your face. So you get two kind of asshole societies together. And I think there is some scientific study that needs to be done with that. So I would say it's real.
Say real. Brian?
The Danes and the French, the Jets and the Sharks of international cunts.
What are you doing? Shut up. I'm eating.
I'm going to say it's fake
Give
mainly
me a
because,
Yeah.
like,
Vikings, mimes. Vikings, mimes.
fish for breakfast, crepes. Fish for breakfast, crepes. I feel like it's fake because of the journal, the linguistics journal. This does sound like an interesting behavioral psychology thing. But
The European Journal of Linguistics?
yeah, I don't think they haven't written anything this good. That's right, I went there.
Ooh.
Burn! Yeah. This is the peak for the EOL.
It's no Journal of Emergency Medical Studies.
That's right.
The EJOL.
All right. Brian and Justin have said fake. This paper is fake. There we go. That's a point for Brian and Justin.
But nothing we said about the French was fake.
no.
Everything
We were
said
correct.
about
Oh,
them was
that shit
fucking
is
real. They
real.
are
Yeah, by the way,
assholes. Worst people I've ever met.
We got on a fucking train in France, and somebody was in our ticketed seat, and we hold up the thing, and then it's like the French are the only people who get mad when you try to talk their language and get mad when you don't talk their language.
Yeah,
An
exactly.
angry people. You could
Yeah,
love
we
that.
Not
went
as
to
angry as I am about the French.
We went to-
Yeah.
We went to Scotland on a train. The train, one of the trains had been canceled. There was everybody standing room only. And people, here's how cool Scottish people are. People started, everyone had a flask of something. And everybody was just, by the time we got there, we were standing in the aisles on this train and we were hammered and singing. And no one gave a shit where you were from. So that's why I go to Scotland. And I don't even eat French fries anymore, honestly.
That's it. That's a wrap. You heard that? Stay down, France.
Let's see. No, Chris, I think we're going to start with you on this one.
Oh, God.
Round 5. This is the 1996 Ig Nobel Prize in Literature that went to the editors of the journal Social Text for eagerly publishing research that they could not understand, that the author said was meaningless, and which claimed that reality does not exist. The paper in question was called Transgressing the Boundaries, Toward a Transformative Hermeneutics of Quantum Gravity by Alan Sokol, published in Social Text, spring-summer 1996. Is this true or false? Real or fake? Is it real or fake?
I read the graphic novel of this, and I thought it was awesome. Explain it to me again. That
Sure.
reality is not real.
The editors of Social Text published a paper that intentionally was gobbledygook.
So this is somebody who was trying to prank and see if they could get published with some nonsense.
Correct.
Got it.
So this Elon Musk wrote this.
That's right.
I would say absolutely someone pulling a prank, totally real. Obviously
totally
totally real. And there is no reality, by the way. Yes.
It's all in
I
your
mean,
head.
within the realm of no reality, this is real.
That's a good point. I know that Peter Boghossian and an associate did a whole, like, this writ large. They got like 50 nonsense jibber jabber papers published, but that wasn't until like within the last 10 years. So this seems like maybe this would be like patient zero for that. I'm with Chris. I think this is real.
I was gonna say real. All right, Justin.
All right, I'm playing for keeps since I don't know anything about any of these things to make any kind of educated guess. So I'm just going fake for the sake of fake.
You're going game theory. He's game theory jury
game
today.
theory jury. That's me, a well-known character trait of mine.
All right. Well, let me not do that. Justin said fake. This paper is bum bum bum. Real.
Yeah.
It's real. This was a hoax perpetuated by Sokol, who was a physics professor, to test if, quote, a leading North American journal of cultural studies would publish an article liberally salted with nonsense if it, A, sounded good, and B, it flattered the editor's ideological preconceptions.
What was the word? Hermeneutics?
Hermeneutics. Hermeneutics.
Herman's head is actually the
Herman
name
Cain's.
of it.
Herman Munster.
So
Yeah.
this is basically a paper to prove that people are douchebags.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
It was an experiment. This guy, basically taint licking douchebags. Is this editor a taint licking douchebag?
Yes,
and he
proved
proved it.
He's the Sacha Baron Cohen of science,
Or the
of
Ted
90s.
Cruz. Yeah, he was, but he sent it to the Ted Cruz of journalism.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Of editor.
All right, halfway through the game, let's take a look at the scoreboard. Brian's got 3 points. Justin and Chris both have 2 points. All right, let's
Halfway through.
go halfway through. That's right.
Home stretch, Chris. We got this.
rounding the turn. We're rounding the turn.
Brian, let's go to you here. The 2011 chemistry prize was given to Makoto Imai et al. In Japan for determining the ideal density of airborne wasabi to awaken sleeping people in case of a fire or emergency, and for applying this knowledge to invent the wasabi alarm. This is referenced as U.S. Patent Application 20100308995A1 from 2009.
This is basically for somebody who's maybe hearing or visually or both impaired. You need to wake them up when there's a fire. So this thing does a puff of wasabi to get your ass out of bed. Man, if this ain't real, it should be. I'm going to say real.
I was going to say real. All right, Justin.
I'm going to say real, too. It's too good. It's too good. Wait, is this guy Japanese? Is this a Japanese study?
This is a U.S.
Makoto,
patent.
Makoto, yeah.
A U.S.
But
patent.
the guy's name was Makoto.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then this makes me love the Japanese as much as Titus hates the French.
Yeah. Not only that, but this thing, if it worked, would also be great to just aerosolize wasabi for many different dishes. You could just set a fire, put your bread up, whatever, get some wasabi on it. I think this is real. I think this is real. And I didn't even think about, like, for blind people or deaf people. What a brilliant idea.
All right, everybody says real. This one is real. We got a picture of a
Boom.
wasabi alarm here. It's a product. They even made it. Look, they even got a little spritzer here. It looks like a
Goddamn. Is
spray
this
balls.
shit on like Kickstarter or something?
I'll tell you what, man. You could take your pick between like a hamburger alarm, a spaghetti alarm, the Faucinator, the
Yeah.
How about
Fauci,
something that used the
I'm
fire
just
to
I'm
cook
just
bacon?
throwing broken spaghetti at you to wake up. Wake up, you son of a bitch. I've
The
got
house
broken
is on
spaghetti in
fire.
your eye. There's a house fire. You need to get out.
All right, Justin.
Your Fauci is fucking excellent, bro. I love your Fauci, man.
As it turns out, I've had some time on my hands.
All right, Justin, we're starting with you on this one. The 1992 prize in economics was awarded to James St. John Smythe for devising a model.
demonizing.
For devising a model that predicts the outcome of horse track racing and then using this model to lose a significant amount of money. The findings were published as The Use of Bayesian Statistics in Modeling Horse Racing from Seasonal Performance, a First Attempt in Royal Society of Mathematics, 1990. Real or fake?
So he made a study where he made a shitty system to bet on horses
And then lost, and then wrote it up and got it published.
and got it published. That's amazing. One of these is going to be fake, and I'm going to say it's this one.
He's gonna say fake. All right, Chris, what do you think?
I think this sounds like a story that the guy opens up with at Gamblers Anonymous. He's like, guys, I thought I was a scientist. How do I combine my two loves? And I lost $400,000 and my wife left me. I'm going to say he wrote it because he had to write something. I'm going to go with real on this one.
Gonna go with real. All right, Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to go fake just because that seems like if you're going to write a fake one, it's a pretty good story. Dude loses money on a horse betting system.
All right. Brian and Justin said fake. Chris said real. This one is fake.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right. Just a few more
I got
here.
the wasabi one. I got the wasabi
The
one.
wasabi
That's
one is
all
so
that
big.
matters. That's a spicy meatball.
Right. Chris, we'll start with you on this one. Question 8.
Okay.
The 2014 Ig Nobel Art Prize was awarded to Marina de Tomaso, Michel Sardaro, and Paolo Livrea for measuring the difference in perceived pain that people suffer if they look at an ugly painting or a pretty painting while being shot in the hand by a powerful laser beam. The results were published under the title Aesthetic Value of Paintings Affects Pain Thresholds in the journal Consciousness and Cognition, 2008. Is this real or fake?
First of all, the fuck is that gonna help you? What are you, an art? Like if you're an art thief and they had lasers and you got hit with it, like what was the study gonna prove or help on the other side of it? So I'm looking at like a Kandinsky or something. I'm gonna be upset if I'm getting hit with a fucking laser at the same time. Is this like, did Dr. Evil pay for the study? Like what? Like I don't even fucking like.
Da
That's gotta
Vinci's
be
with
fake.
freaking lasers on there.
Yeah, exactly. By
It-
the way, go to the art gallery and bring the lasers. We're going to see if they feel pain depending on how beautiful the pain.
Oh, that's even better if nobody is like intentionally doing the study, but instead you just go to the museum and start zapping people and record
Just
like
an
it's
asshole
candid
with a
camera.
laser.
Hey, kid, pull out your hand.
You like this painting? How about now? Is that better?
Yeah, but 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10.
Better one, better two. Better one, better two.
I'm going to say it's got to be. This is fake.
He's going to say fake. All right, Brian.
I'm going to say it's real, like for the purpose of, let's say you're a pediatrician, you have to administer shots. What is statistically the most soothing imagery to put around the nursery or whatever?
Okay, there we go. Brian says real. Justin.
Showing 5-year-olds a Rothko before you hit them with their vaccine. Like,
If he was like, well, this tasted not as well as the Maplethorpe, but
This Banksy, it really hurts when you shoot me while I'm looking at the Banksy.
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say this is real. I'm gonna say this is definitely like, I mean, because all right, you would think that a normal person would be like, oh, if you're watching the best episode of Cheers and you were doing pain threshold, that's what a normal person. But somebody writing a study like this, of course they're gonna be like, no, we'll show them paintings. Assholes. Like, so that's
yeah, fuck you. What do you got against Cheers? Boo!
yeah, exactly.
You're
Cheers
back to the heckler. You're like, nobody can replace Coach.
All right. Brian and Justin have said real. This one is real.
God damn it!
All right.
It's a study that you should be done with like comedy. You could show Buster Keaton films or Midnight Run. Okay, first of all,
Boy, that is the spectrum of comedies.
Yeah,
From
like,
Buster
what the
Keaton to
fuck?
Midnight Run. I love that.
I'm just saying that, like, why would you have a study like that? Or is it just that doctors are so fucking rich they all have paintings? Like, so if that was
for them. But for them, that's them redlining entertainment. They're all sitting around the table, and they're like, well, what's the most fun we could all have? I don't know. Polo, paintings. All for paintings. Raise your pommels.
Don't raise your hand. The lasers will get you in the hand.
That's right. Yeah.
Also, they can now write it off. That's fucking right. I spent $4 million on this. How do we put this as a business expense? I hate rich people. Just want to be honest.
Brian,
don't get me started on French rich people who fucking break the game.
Riche people, right?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Charles de Gaulle.
Brian, you're going to start with this one. The 2017 prize in behavioral science was awarded in 2 parts. First to Tyler Vigen for his efforts in educating the public on the fact that correlation does not imply causation by creating the website Spurious Correlations and that finding random correlations in public data sets. Secondly, awarded to Zoltan Pograch and Heike Fischer for their repeated attempts to create new conspiracy theories using random correlation found on the website Spurious Correlations, published as Viability of Nonsensical Correlations as Seeds for Conspiracy Theories, published in Journal of Modern Psychology, January 2017.
Please be real. Please be real. Please be real. I'm pretty sure this website exists, and it's because I seem to remember playing with it once, but I hope it got published. It's amazing.
Okay, Brian says real. Justin?
I'm going to say real as well.
Gonna say real. Chris?
I think it's real, and I love when people prove how stupid people are.
Yeah.
You know, if you take some random shit and start a conspiracy theory, and all of a sudden there's people are printing T-shirts. I love shit like that. So I pray to God it's real.
Right.
Yeah. I was born in June and have a wife that also is aware of the connection between aerosols and Michigan football. You know, like those T-shirts you see on Facebook,
and then you sell a hat. Then you sell a hat.
Yeah,
hat,
exactly. And then you put it on a hat too.
This QAnon supporter loves ping pong and drinking IPAs.
Yeah, and I'm Irish too.
Okay, look, I'm right here, fuckers.
All right, everyone said real, and this one was fake.
No!
The website's real. We've even
it
played a
real.
game with the website, but
can you just draw up? Just give us a quick glimpse of that awesome website. Spurious
Correlations is the name of the website. So you go to,
and so it did get written up. It did get published, and it did win an Ig Nobel.
No, I'm sorry.
No,
the
no,
paper
no,
is
it
fake.
was-
You
it
lost
was
that
fake.
one.
It was
Okay.
fake. Yeah.
But U.S. spending on science correlates very strongly, apparently, with suicides by hanging, strangulation, and suffocation, and that's on the top of the page. Number of people who have drowned by falling into a pool correlates with films Nicolas Cage has appeared in per year. Per capita cheese consumption has matched with the number of people who have died by becoming tangled. A lot of strangulation on the website, y'all. What's good? Okay.
They know which side their bread is buttered on. All right, let's bring this some bitch
So
home.
yeah, so it's our final round. Let's take one last look at the scoreboard. Brian's got 6 points. Justin's got 5 points. Chris has got 3 points. This is of course our 10-point round, so it's still anybody's game. Brian, you're in the lead.
3 points, really? You still think it's my game? Really?
No,
10.
This is the 10-point round.
10-point round.
10-point
round.
I could
10-point
win.
round.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I thought I had to go to 10, and then I was going to be here till fucking
Home stretch. We got this.
Brian, you're in
The
the
good news is we're gonna get a fuck of a study out of this.
Published by Brushwood
Rounding
and
the
Young,
turn.
the breaking point of a comedian on a live Twitch podcast.
because you're in the lead, Brian. You're gonna start on this one.
First of all, that he accepted to do it, and then got reminded that he accepted to do it. That pissed me off. And then I had to do this thing. So you're right. Like, there is a level.
Christopher becomes.
Like 1 to 10. 1 to 10. I'm at an 8 right now. Let's go to the next fucking
At an
question.
8. All right.
If this wins, Christopher will be the heckler at the front row of the Ig Nobel. This is bullshit.
Brian, you're going to answer first. On this
Ready.
one. This is the 2019 prize in anatomy, which was awarded to Roger Musset and Bura Banjoudifa for measuring scrotal temperature asymmetry in naked and clothed postmen in France. The report, Thermal Asymmetry in the Human Scrotum, was published in Human Reproduction, Volume 22, 2007. Is that real or fake?
It's got to be real. Got to be real.
He says real. Justin?
I gotta say fake because otherwise I lose. But I think that they love nuts, man. They're going nuts.
And that's for nuts.
The
Titus?
French. Yeah, and again, more proof that the French are out of their fucking minds. And I've never had. It's a dumb study because I have never had one of my balls colder than the other. I've had one of my feet colder than the other one. But I've never went, man, my left testicle is freezing right now. I'm going to need to get like a sock or a small,
It does seem like
knit cap for it.
It seems like one of those Heisenberg uncertainty principles where it's like, in order to measure the temperature, you'd have to take your balls out. That would alter the temperature, so you can either know the temperature of the left or the right.
All right. How about this one? It's
and what
really,
do the electrodes?
really, really...
What do the sensors look like? How many sensors per ball do you need? It seems. And by the way, who volunteers to do that? Who's the PA on that gig? So I'm going to say it's fake.
All right. For the game, we have a winner here. Folks, with 16 points, this study is real. That's Brian's game. Congratulations, Brian.
I'm done with science. I'm done with science. I'm joining. I'm going. I'm going to still be in Scientology, but I'm done with science.
All right, Christopher. First we have to thank the person who gave us the game.
Yes, thank you again to Dr. Uncle Mao. Thank you, Dr. Mao. If you've got a game you'd like us to play here in the middle of the show, which is what this has been, email us, mail@nightattack.tv. That's an email address. Send it there. Thank you.
Chris,
that was really fun, by the way, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's get your plugs in before we cut you loose. What should everybody go to?
Two things. Two things I want to say. That when we're doing the shows, the reason we do the shows, we do it because I want people to have a good show. But I also, the one job that's not going to be open for a long time is stand-up comedy and guys who perform. Here's my job. If COVID's alive, I'm on stage spewing the virus on people, or there's 300 to 500 people laughing at me, spewing it on me. So the reason we charge is so the comics, the money goes to the comics. So the comics, got to get through their lives too, and you guys get to laugh your ass off for 90 minutes. So that's what it is. Also, if you want to go to Amazon Prime, the movie I wrote and directed called Special Unit, due to the Fairness and Disabilities Act, the LAPD has to hire 4 handicapped undercover detectives. And I play the worst cop in LA. I basically play Nick Nolte's mugshot, and it's got good reviews. I won a director's award. It's won a couple of comedy awards. Called Special Unit. Go see that. And then on the 14th we're doing my show. This weekend we're doing another show, and then Ron Funches. Just go to combustionlive.com and you can laugh your ass off.
There we go. So Combustion Live is where you want to go for all of that stuff.
And let me just say this: COVID obviously has shaken fucking everything up, and certainly stand-up comedy is something that is going to take a long time to come back. But also, you're not going to get to see comics at the level that you are booking them for this cheap in any venue for very long. You are going to look back at the halcyon days when you were able to pay $10 to see somebody like yourself or Ron Funches, like comics with names, because this will catch on and the money will get bigger. Get in now and say that you were there at the very beginning. It is worth it just for that.
And part of the reason we're doing that because everyone else at home, you guys, what are we going to charge $50 when you guys are all out of work too? So the reason I've had a lot of people go, charge 15, charge 20. I'm like, nah, $10. People can drop $10 for a night of comedy right now with all this bullshit going on, and especially Mitch McConnell helping us out so much, motherfucker. Yeah. So I'm just saying that I just think that we tried to help everybody, help the comics get paid, help the people at home kind of have a night out, even though they're in. And not die on a ventilator. So that's kind of the goal in life.
And I'll tell you what, you're succeeding beyond your wildest dreams. Christopher Titus, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Guys, honestly, I know I talk shit. You guys were a blast. This was fun. It was like hanging out with, never met you guys, never hung with you guys, but it was really like hanging out with my douchebag buddies. I appreciate it.
Nice. High praise. Thank you very much, Christopher. We'll cut you loose, and thank you to Merrill Bar for hooking us all up. And man, that was.
I'll do it again. Take it easy, guys.
All right, take care, man. Good to see you.
See you later, mate.
Bye.
Dude, that was a blast. Chris is good people.
Yeah, that fucker hates the French.
I mean, it's not an unpopular sentiment.
I know. Turns out the rest of the world does as well, I guess. No. He was hilarious. He was great. It was great to have him on. I had no idea that we were in adjacent circles. Aside from Merrill is is
the bridge builder,
an apostle for shouting out cool things, and he is one of the cool things that gets shouted out that we are similarly able to do, which is great.
Hey buddy, you want to do a little bit of diamond time? Diamond time.
Hell yeah, Brian. Diamond Time's where you shout out your projects right here on the show. It's at the back half of the program. You head on over throughout the rest of the week to reddit.com/r/Diamond Club. Top 3 projects get shouted out at the top of the page. So here we go. Very Understated says, I just wanted to thank Bryce for being such a rad dude.
Aw.
I miss Trending Lemon.
Oh, yeah. Working on new stuff. Working on new stuff. Thank
Yeah.
you. That's very sweet.
Yeah. Well, if only you had more time.
Christmas J83 says, good day, Diamond Club. Election Day in the United States is just a week away. Every 4 years, I track exit polls from all of the battleground states. Did you know that exit polls are often an early indicator of how an election will end? In 2016, the first exit polls out of North Carolina, Ohio, and Florida started to show an election result that we weren't expecting. I'll be doing it again this year, and I'll even be tracking Senate exit polls if they're available. The first exit polls should start rolling in around 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. West Coast Time. Where can you find this? Check out my Google Sheet at YOLO420.com/exit polls 2020. That's EXITPOLLS 2020. I'll also be posting them in Justin's Twitch chat, his Discord, and his Twitter as well. Search hashtag exit polls 2020 on Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my phone number. So you can just give me things before anybody else sees them. And finally, Gyromancy of Chat Room says, hey everyone, I've been trying to put together some semblance of a podcast for a few years now. Motivation, confusion, storytelling, and love are key to the show, but it's taken years to finally get around to actually editing what became episode 1 of Gyromancy. Every Sunday, I plan on reading an episode. It would mean the world to me for one. What was that?
Releasing an episode.
Oh, I plan on releasing an episode on Sunday. Every Sunday, I plan on releasing an episode. It would mean the world to me if one person in the world would listen. I'm not expecting feedback, constructive criticism, or anything else. If someone somewhere listens, I hope you enjoy it, and my goal will have been reached. One person producing the show and one person listening. The golden 1-to-1 ratio of equality. P.S. As soon as it's released, I'll link episode 1 of Gyromancy down below as a reply to this comment. And indeed, that man did. Can we get? I don't know if we're gonna ruin immediately his goal of only one person listening, but let's take a little peek.
Is anything happening?
It's playing very quietly.
Oh,
He may not have a trailer.
might have.
Oh, you think
Like
this
a
might be
detector.
an auto thing?
No, it may like know that too many people are hearing it and it's shutting it down.
Oh crap! Look, that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. We gave the man what he wanted. By the way, I'm just gonna
1-to-1.
I'm just gonna blast through a few more of these real quick because we do have some good ones. Bill Meeks, one of the most beautiful men on the planet, been a hardcore part of our family for a very, very long time. The audiobook version of my book on how to build your own fan podcast is up on Audible. Pick up a copy at YOLO420.com/fan podcast. And then King Joey 52A says, vote Gloria Young 2020 for president. Make America motherly again. And indeed, I will say this. My mom is on the Politics podcast tomorrow, yelling at me for continuing to promote the fact that people should write her in for president.
Hey, Bryce, should we take a moment to examine our mail sack?
Let's do that.
Is it evenly temperature?
Yeah, I'm just taking the temperature on this one here.
Yeah. Let's find out. Join us for drinks in the Diamond Club.
Oh, the Diamond Club. That sounds grand.
What?
There we go. This is the mailbag. How grand? That's
Kill me.
How
Fucking will. Oh, the Diamond Club. That sounds grand.
Yes, this is where we read some of the emails that you all sent in to mail@nightattack.tv. It's an email address. We got this one from Gyromancy. This was from a little while ago. I'm listening to the now infamous Rib Tibs episode. And if anything, I can confirm that Rib Tibs are in fact real. I was with my fiance in Virginia for Magic Fest 2019 playing a traded card game that I suck at but enjoy. And after the convention, we went to Hooters for the first time in either of our existence, and I can confirm Virginia Hooters, maybe nationwide even, have Rib Tibs with a B 2 Bs on their menu. They sounded so unappetizing that I didn't go for them. We both ate wings, but rib tips are a Hooter offering through and through. And I'm sorry, I have not tried rib tips, so that's where my regret comes from. You're welcome, Justin. You are now vindicated, Gyromancy.
I mean, Pix or GTFO. I mean,
I'm sorry. Evidence presented, and look at you, King Brian, looking down upon the commoners. Oh, come forth with me with news of rib tips. Fie on you. You are a charlatan and a fool. Cast them out. I don't think so. Rib tip nation rising slowly but surely.
You just said rib tip. You didn't even say rib tip.
I said tip. I said rib tip.
Yeah,
Of course I said rib tip.
I heard a plosive at the end of that.
This motherfucker said rib tip.
This motherfucker, you motherfucker said rib tip.
Mean, look, I refer you to my documentary, Loose Nugs, all about the rib tips.
Rib tips.
Justin, can you do me a favor?
I mean, number one, if it ain't, it ought to be. Again, I'm telling, that's a brand that is ready to roll. Just somebody name the same fucking thing, rib tips, and you will be rocking and rolling. All right.
Justin, can you do me a favor and hit the High Thoughts music? Do you have the High Thoughts music?
Oh shit! I do have the High Thoughts
within in reach. We do have some High Thoughts here.
I wonder who it's from.
Yeah, I know.
Our friend Mbombo Cube sent in this email.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, we can hear it. Saying, LaCroix is just homeopathic fruit. Thank you.
I mean, kind of makes sense because we actually found out a little bit of the science about how LaCroix is made. Apparently, there are esters, is what it is. So like we distilled water from Dr. Pepper, and we were confused because it smelled very, very pungently of Dr. Pepper, but tasted like pure water. And we thought that we were big dumb dummies on that episode of Monologue. But then in the comments, somebody's like, hey, I'm a PhD scienceman. And you guys have discovered the way LaCroix does its thing where it smells stronger than it tastes is because of the esters that I guess are a different boiling temperature than the water itself, which is why you could distill it and it still has that essence on there.
Oh, holy shit. So that's how it works. It works where like it's partially the smell and then a slight hint of the taste, but the smell kind of gets you most of the way while you're drinking
right, exactly, which is why it's so confusing and why everybody is talking about the flavor of LaCroix. I guess I'm having a Kirkland LaCroix knockoff, but that's why your tongue says water, bubbly water, but then as you get that after in your nose and everything.
Yeah, and and there's all sorts of studies of like, hey, like taste is not the only factor, right? Like you guys have heard of the study where they take what is it when you're a sommelier, where they take sommelier students and give them a bunch of white wines, and then they put red dye in it, and they taste it, and they believe that they're red wines, even though they are exactly right wine.
Yeah.
So, and not only is taste subjective, but also, but I mean, it's an experiential thing, and like we've talked about in that whiskey sommelier class. There's one moment that they reveal that, hey, remember the whiskey that we had in a paper cup? That was a very expensive, very fine whiskey, and none of us thought anything of it because we did jack shit on presentation for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that'll do it for emails this week. Thank you, everybody who sends in emails to mail@nightattack.tv. It's an email address, and you send it there. We might read your email here at the end of the show, which is what this has been. Thank you.
Yeah. Hot damn, man. For being a last-minute booking, that was great. Everything worked. Turns out that professional podcasters with layers, those are the only people we need to have on from now on.
Oh my God.
Ain't got a layer,
Man.
Get out of our hair. That's our motto.
Here's all I'm saying, man. Like for a while, we were like, let's not book other people we don't know because I like our friends better. But now that we met a really funny, good stranger who fit on the show, fuck our friends. Like they're not nearly as funny as Christopher Titus. That's the way to go from here on out. And I'm so excited that we had him on and talked about the comedy thing because I do think that that's super important as people figure out what the fuck comedy is for the next 5 years.
Also, yes, I understand all the reasons he wouldn't want to think of himself as a guy who owns a comedy club, but man, if it shakes like a titty and it takes a $5 bill like a titty dancer, it might be a titty dancer.
It might be my Aunt Esther. Yeah, dude. So big shout out to that. What did we learn, bro?
Dude, we learned that sometimes tech doesn't bring us down to our knees.
We learned that lettuce doesn't belong in your nose.
Oh, jeez, yeah, that's a
Pre-show
pre-show.
callback.
We learned that people should go to patreon.com/nightattack and get a hell of a roller coaster ride of a pre-show. And we learned that, who's the bit boss?
The Bit Boss.
Our bit boss with 3,000 bits is Big Jim 5, as well as our sub boss, Biz Dism, who gave 5 subs. Oh, so did Rockroll Martian. Double sub boss. Thank you.
Hells yeah.
Well, Brian, I think you should die in a fire.
No, I think I'll see you next Tuesday.
Also, next week's episode will be one day late.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, a day late because of the election.
There you go.
So vote.
At $1 short, thanks to Dick Rand von Huntington.
Yeah, vote for my mom. Vote for my mom. My mom's name is Gloria Young. Vote for her for president and text me a picture.
Night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack. I love you.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.